Here's what I think on working, getting a job isn't as bad as you think. Even this whole society that might say that working a job, it's there's no point on working a job. But personally, working at a job, no matter what job it is, as soon as you stay disciplined in that job, right? That's what stops depression. This is what stops depression, sadness, on what you're trying to, achieve for yourself to be. I wouldn't say successful. If you would have said to yourself that you've worked your whole years, you're like meaning that you've literally worked your ass off for you to either number one start a business. It depends on how you run stuff basically, but at the same time I haven't done any of those stuff. But sorry, I've got a bit of my throat's not on it today, so I'm gonna have to keep it from here. So basically, when I first started my own job, I wouldn't say my own job, but I was employed as a waiter, and being a waiter wasn't as bad. Really, I wouldn't really think it was that bad. It was just all basic. Really, I found it a bit basic, but the only reason why I left that job was because I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid within that month, so I had to literally send out my P45, I think, and that's how you say it, P45. And they said, yeah, they just let me off, and then that's it. And this is where I thought, like, yeah, I couldn't be like bothered with that job, even though that they didn't pay me and everything like that. I wasn't really too bothered with it, but I kept on finding jobs for me to keep myself running, right? To not being like, in that confused state of mind where I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to bring in money or anything. It's like how I'm mentioning out with these videos, and really I'm not getting paid with any of these videos, even though I do try and make these videos as soon as I can, as soon as I'm free. I'm still trying to create content for you guys, for you to get, m- trying to motivate yourselves, just to get yourself money, just to get yourself this and that. It's like, for example, when I don't want to explain my whole role of things, but because that's just me, really. I'm not going to explain it out anyways on what I do, but what I want you to listen out for when people say to you that, oh, working a 9 to 5 is complete shit. It's not. Most of the people has had a job, and really you can't really say to that person, like, even if you're unemployed or whatnot, you might, oh yeah, you might agree with them. But really, if you're listening to this video, well, if you're listening to me and you're thinking to yourself, oh, that's how I gain my money, right? I know some other stuff which is about benefits, and everything, right? I don't know how other people can stay on those benefits and say, yes, this is how I live. And really, it's how they trick the system, really. It's like how they claim UC, how they claim PIP and whatnot. I don't have the respect. I don't really have the respect for that person, especially if they say that they don't want a job or nothing. Like, I mean, you can build a career. You can try and build a career, but if you're not doing anything, then really, I don't know what else to say, but fuck you. So, if you are planning on getting a job, try and get a job which is simple. Like, I mean, it's like how, when I mean by simple, I mean that you know how to do it. So, what I mean is that how to do it, you look at it like, oh, I can definitely do that 5 days a week or something like that. If you can do it, if you feel like you can do it, right, go for it. Like, go on Indeed and say and just apply for every single job. Like, it isn't that hard. I might have had a little bit of help on trying to find a job, just because I've had a little issue with like communication and socializing with other people. And really, I didn't really like socializing that much, if I'm being dead honest with you, really. But now from here, I feel a lot better about myself, and I shouldn't really take it like I've done this to flex or whatnot. I don't really make these videos to flex on other people because I have a job and all that stuff, really. But if you're desperate and you go for that interview, you have to stay confident whilst in that interview. Like, I mean, you don't have to stay happy to be in that interview. You can just be yourself, and just answer every single question. And it's not that hard for you to do that. It isn't that hard for you to do that. Really, it's not. Some other people, like, I mean, if you can't really do that, then I would say that you can always talk to your parents, because that's what I did, and practice along. Even if you don't like the person interviewing you, if you're anxious about being in an interview for getting a job, you're not taking it serious. You're not taking any accountability for yourself and said you was going to be serious, or all of this and all of that is, I don't know what to expect for you to get that job. I know that someone tried to apply for being an engineer even though they didn't have the qualifications and all this type of stuff. I know some other jobs would say that you'll need qualifications, you'll need somewhat like skills as well. Like, I mean, they would want more of your English or maths or any other sort of stuff that you did in college or something like that. But it's like for me, I haven't been to university, and most people complain I'm getting a job from there. Like, I don't know if that's just me or something like that. You can stick it in the comments if you're struggling to find a job. Like, I mean, most people applied for jobs and they haven't been accepted. I haven't. I tried working at a hotel once. I've been rejected. Well, I wouldn't say I tried working at a hotel. I would say that they rejected my application and said that they had too many applications. And they didn't pick me because maybe because I didn't have the skills or something like that. But no matter what job that you have, I would say keep that job. Really, because if you somehow quit and you wasn't expecting other jobs not to accept you, then really you just fully screwed yourself over. But if you stay at that job, no matter what the pay is, no matter what the hours is, then keep it. You can always ask if you wanted to have more extra hours. You know, because I know most people would say that, oh, if I said that I wanted more hours, I'm not getting the money. You're getting a little bit of the money, really. Like, even though it's an extra hour, I've done overtime. I've done other people's work. And some of it was taken for granted. But I didn't really get that into my whole... I didn't really get that into my head. I stayed calm and I was thinking to myself that, well, really, even though if the person wasn't there, went on holiday and did all of that and still got paid, but wasn't supposed to get paid. I know that would somehow trigger you. It triggered me. But I tried to get along with my job and do all of those bits, really. And on what that got me, I have a complete new setup. I wouldn't say it's completely new, but I used to have a crappy setup, and it might show on this image. Like, I wouldn't say an image, but on this video, I might show it on this video. So the old and new, basically, even though I wouldn't class it as new. But what I mean is, by my setup and everything, I bought my own money. No, I bought my own stuff, with my own money. And I feel accomplished on doing that. Just to try and create content for you. For you to stay disciplined, motivated. And if you don't have the things that you like, and you're spending your money on, like, you're spending your money on just stupid shit, right? The thing is, as well, if you stay with a person, if you stay with a parent, that's good on you. I'm not embarrassed to even say that. Like, if you was living by yourself, you wouldn't have the money. You really wouldn't have the money. Yes, I am paying towards the rent. And that's how I get by. But I'm paying half of it. Half of it. And it's not that hard for me. I've been working for 3 years now, or for almost 3 years. And that has fixed me up quite a lot. I'm not going to lie about that. It's made me into a cleared mindset on to keep doing this. If you don't want to have a job, right? If you have a hustle, then that's good on you. Like, I mean, yeah, it's good on you and everything. Like that you're making a little amounts of money. But if you have a job, or if you don't have a job, well, if you don't have a job, then I would say don't give up on trying to find a job. Don't give up on yourself. Because if you give up on trying to find a job, then what are you going to be in life? Really? Because this is the reality that you're facing. And if you don't face that reality, then you're stuck. And when you're stuck, you're trapped. But at the same time, you gotta look at it like it's really, really hard. Life is a game. And when I mean that life is a game, that's what it's supposed to be. Difficult. It's not really supposed to be easy. Really, it's not. But I don't know what to because when I was in that situation before, when I was unemployed, I was completely desperate. I was completely desperate until that point. I wanted to sort out my health. I wanted to sort out my eating habits because I was eating quite a lot. At that time, I was going to the gym. And when I was going to the gym before, that's what cleared my mind. Even if I didn't, because I was claiming benefits at that time. I was on UC years ago. I think this was in 2022. Yeah, around 2022, 2021. I can't fully remember because it's 2026 that I'm making this video and everything. So, but what I will have to say to you, don't give up. Like, I know I keep saying this all the time. It's just so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Everyone in that beginning, that's where you start progressing. And if you don't progress, you're basically nothing. Really. If you have any of the habits on spending money, I know it's really, really hard for you to keep spending money each day, probably on food, drinks, takeaways. Like, I mean, it's the same thing, but if you have a habit of that, then that's on you. Really, that's on you. If you want to change for yourself completely, you want to save up that money within the future, then that's it. You're all sorted. So I know this is a complete long, like, it's not even short, it's not even long, but if you somewhat get offended over this, I don't know how other people will get offended from this video, then don't watch this. Really, don't watch this at all. Because I'm not trying to offend someone because they're unemployed, they're on benefits. Even if I'm mentioning about other people that are on benefits and clearly doesn't want a job, then that's why I said it. That's why I said fuck you. I don't care on what I say to you, even if you are. In my eyes, I just look at you like you're a nobody to me. A complete nobody. I'm hoping that you'll somehow change that mindset of yours onto becoming a better person. But if you're looking at this video, well, if you're watching this video and I see some random comment saying something about it, then I'm not going to reply to you. There's no point on you to comment something negative, because I am going to read it, but I'm not going to react to it. I'm not even going to reply with the comment. Nothing. For the people that are watching my videos, thank you. It helps a lot. Even if you watch this whole entire video, you're like, I mean, I do really appreciate it. I really do. Because that's what helps me a lot. That's what pushes the narrative to other people. Even if you share this video, even if you like this video, even if you dislike this video, if you dislike, I don't care. At least it pushes everything onto other people to becoming better. This is all I gotta say anyways, and really, if you've somewhat have that mindset now, keep going for it. Keep going for it. Keep following that path and you'll get somewhere. And I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Peace.